Going to have a look at side control tonight, and I'm going to run it as a very fundamentals. So right now there will be a lot of opportunities to do extra stuff to what I'm doing, and lots of opportunities to move to different positions. But what I want to do is build a program or a foundation so that we have something to build upon, and that we understand how and what the side control mechanics are. So we're just going to go through the first one about the person on the bottom, their point of view, about what they're looking for from side control, and they're going to have a look at the person on top's point of view. So real simple system tonight. Okay, just going to grab Josh on top of side control. We're going to start with the assumption that I have my frames on the inside. I'm going to move it back just a fraction. Sorry, Josh. So assumption that my hands are on the inside. Okay, so this frame here is designed to push my partner away, and this frame here is designed to push my partner up. Anytime that I'm pushing with my hands, my elbows, I block them in position. So ideally what I want to do is this, is I want to cup, I want to lift the head a little bit, frame off, and start to rescue. So instead of what I see people do from here is they start to push off the hip from here, but I don't really get any approaches, especially if my partner's got a really heavy side control and they've got a good grip on me. So if I start to lever this up a little bit, it creates a little bit of space. So I'm cupping, my elbow's going higher. Once I create space, I can now push and start to rescue. The downfall about the rescue is that it's quite easy for him to counter, so I've got to push my hand all the way across, so it's hard for him to rescue the guard. It's hard for him to upgrade because my shin's on the top of his leg, and it's hard for him to upgrade to a better position. So again, from here. So hand and hand. It's a nice easy movement. I can bridge if I want to, you don't have to. Put your fingers down, put your elbow up just to create space. Frame off here. Okay, now watch. Create space, slide into the space, push your leg through. So, elbow high, fist, create space, slide into space. Push, frame system, and now start to recover to be able to come up. Very simple system, 1, 2, 3. So dealing with the side control position, there's a couple of factors that are really important to my position versus her position. Number one is I want to take the space away, the usable space away. And number two, I want to control her frames and her structure. So one of the things that I found for me is if I can go knee to the hip, knee to the shoulders, and nice and flat, so I'm not long. Secondly, and this is something that, like, if I'm on side control and my head is facing forward, if Ali raises her elbow, it's going to always put pressure on my throat. If I turn my head away, it's really hard for her now to start to use the elbow. So for me, one of the things I like to do is I like to make sure that I'm facing towards the legs. The second part about it is my upgrade is always going to be easier. So like if you think about it, I'm here and I want to upgrade to mount. If I step, her elbow is always going to be able to push me over. So if I'm looking this way and I switch, she can't raise her elbow because there's still pressure on her. So all she can do is bridge, which the bridge makes it really easy for me to turn her over. So one of the major factors over here is that my head position, I want to be facing, I don't want the forearm across my throat. We're going to have a look at a quick upgrade from here. Okay, so once again, my knee onto the hip, my knee onto the shoulders, hips nice and low, facing this way. Ideally, I want to swing my arm underneath. So what I like to do from here is I also like to turn the hips, come under. We're now going to take the first attack. So we're going to have a look at the first Kimura or high 5-figure 4. So, facing away, and LEG's elbows in. So I want to turn the hips, drive forward, come under, switch. So it's more like it's on my shoulder, not on my throat, and I'm attacking here. Whatever you guys do, if you create a space here, Ali's going to put her hand into my armpit and roll me, so make sure that this is trapped in nice and deep. So if she does try to push, side control, turn the hip in, create space, come under, cup, switch base, drive forwards over. It's pretty much going to come on. Start with that, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, on the shoulder. Start from the side control, sorry. from the side control position. Make sure your head's facing the wrong way. As I start to lift from here, your right arm goes under my armpit. From here, switch your base forwards. Boom, shoulder drives forwards, isolate the arm. We start to use our hand to attack the Kimura. So as it attacks the Kimura, I'm going to do the most common defense, rescue my arm. Right. So once again, use the Kimura. Because there's no space from here, as it's pushing my hand, I'm going to go with it, go to the Kimura. Now, this is the part that I see a lot of people have issues with, is I've blocked you out from coming around the front and I've got your legs crossed over. This is a better position for me to manipulate you and possibly roll you or rescue guard. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our right knee back down to our hips and go to right knee, knee ride. Here. See what you're doing to my arm, you're stretching the arm out. So I've possibly got one, maybe two options. So as I bridge and roll, I'm going to go over to mount. I'm going to keep the left foot on position and take the arm up over to knee ride. So you're going to go to what I call like an arm wrap position. So this is going to be far better for you as far as the options go and attacks goes. And again. So I'm doing good jiu-jitsu. I've got my frame in, as he turned his head the right way. As I push, that gives you opportunity to come underneath. Reframe, attack the Kimura, I'm like, no way. As I turn, knee right onto the top, wait, so from knee right as I bridge, come over the top. Tap it. Now, you've got the position, I'm going to turn it around this way a little bit. So you've got the option from here, depends on what you want to do. For now, what I want to do is the hand comes under, not the hand over. I'm going to explain this in a sec. Just with your hand over, like if you go to this grip here, I've got the ability to rescue, where your hand's behind my head, your shoulder, and I can't roll backwards. So even though this is a far easier grip to get, but it opens up my opportunity. See, like right now, it's this thing about ways. Everyone goes, I'll rescue. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk my head away to create space to pull that in. Where if you've got the back side, if I walk my head away, it's almost like I'm giving him back control. So it's not even going to fight, it's going to go, okay, well, it's going to go backwards. I take back control. So on this one, I want the wrap underneath the head. It's going to give you far better options and far better control. Let's have a look at that again. So what you're waiting for is from here, as I start to use my lever, come underneath the lever, isolate it. Here you go. So now as I start to come on, I'm like, no way. Now, if they roll that way, we'll do that later, but you just so you know, you shouldn't roll that way. But, okay, so I'm going to go umpa, boom, bridge, upgrade, so here, pull my hand in, so I'm going to get arm bar, lock it up from here. Hand goes under, gift wrap, and just wait. And we're either going to take them belly down, cobra choke, arm bar, back control. So I've got a lot of play, or Carlos has a lot of play versus what I have. Far better position. Okay guys, 1, 2, face forwards. This is generally, when I'm in position and my partner has the frames on the inside, so I haven't been able to get the head control. Like I might have passed the guard and I'm going to get to this position and we're dealing with it. One of the biggest things is I see people try and deal with the top frame. The top frame's actually null and void, or it's not important as the bottom frame. And what I see people do is that they try and hit the Kimura from here. But the more that my weight goes backwards, the more LEG can hip escape and move me and all that. So what I want you to instead think about this way is I'm going to make her bottom frame, her bottom arm go straight. So what I'm doing is I get an anchor point. It can be kind of anywhere. I walk my hips backwards, but I keep my hips facing the ground. I'll explain. I walk my hips backwards, but I keep my hips facing the ground so I can come under. See, if I walk my hips this way, my shoulders are rolling backwards and she's got a fair better position to attack me than me. So if I'm here in the frame system is, I walk my hips backwards, pick up the frame. I'm trying to keep the arm so that my elbow is attached to her wrist. And I'm not trying to wrap the arm just from here. So now I'm going to start to attack the Kimura. Ali Chi will generally kind of go to Kimura, and as she starts to defend the Kimura, whatever way, I bring my leg over and I start to attack the armbar because I've already set the armbar up. Right. So the deal on this one is we're going to start switch base forwards, which means that anytime my head's past my shoulders backwards, she can roll me. So keep your weight here. Walk backwards, hips down, pick it up, squeeze it. Okay. Don't lose this grip. Right. So if you want to, take your elbow to the hip, step over, and arm bar. She pulls the arm out to defend the arm bar, go straight to the Kimura. And this is a top Kimura position because I've already isolated the head. It's very hard for her to defend. So switch base forwards again, guys. Okay, so pick the arm up. So step backwards, turn my hips down, pick it up, kick it, squeeze. Control the hips, step over, arm bar one, she pulls arm out. Kimura, dirty step. Would I like to say it one more time? Okay. So the part that I see, the part that I see people have issues with is they grab the arm, and there's nothing wrong with the arm, but it's going to minimise your space to be able to attack. So what I mean by that is once I go hip escape and I capture the arm and I'm here, it's actually really hard for me to bring my leg over because my own arm is in the way. Where if there's no arm in the way, this is a lot easier to do. So I find the squeeze is better. Secondly is that it's not offensive. Like this isn't like, oh, I'm going to get arm bar. It's like, oh, my arm's caught, it's not a big deal. So turn the hip, step over, arm bar. If I'm stepping over once again, and Ali G does to protect herself. So from here, let's take the Kimura. Okay, so step backwards, slide, pick it up, throw it in the pocket. Control the hips, step forward, arm bar, pulls the arm out, take the wrist. Don't take the leg off the head, kick the chest. When you do this Kimura, is your neck okay, Ali G? We're going to do the Kimura, I actually pull the Kimura to position with my legs. I don't rotate it. So the more that I take the head away from the arm, the more tension there is on the shoulder, the faster the Kimura comes on. 1, 2, 3. Huge, hey? So pretty easy. We're in the position where I've got the controls from here, and Ali G's got the nice frame system, and I'm switch base forward, so I'm having a lot of trouble. The way that I like to set this up, just from my point of view, there's a number of ways. This is normally done, set up from north-south, or there's a couple of other ways of doing it. As Ali G starts to put her frames in and hip escape away from me, I bring my hand through, I put my hand 4 fingers into the back of the gi. So if Ali G sits up, just 4 fingers in the back of the gi. So we're here. Now, because she's framing, I get access to the top side of the collar. Now, by about now, she's probably going to recognise, oh, holy shit, it's a choke. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of pressure. So the way that I started to do this was, instead of going straight down to choke city, like if they're not defending it, I will. What I found was I'd start to go to north-south, push the head out the way, and roll onto the choke. So I found that I had a lot more attack with that, especially by using my knee to attack the head. It kind of torques the head a little bit and puts me in a far better finish position. They'll also go and try and push away, so you will get a secondary arm bar because they're going to try and push. So when the frame system, again, switch base forward, is Ali G gets a frame and hip escape, so I swing my hand under and grab hold, 4 fingers in. That's the hardest part of the move. Right. So shoulder into chest, shoulder into chest. I like to come around to north-south. Now she's generally going to go get off me, so she's going to the frame system, and I can swing back to the choke. Doubtfully, she's still got this frame. So what I found for me was, once I'm here, is the leg, and start to use this to torque, to come over. And now, if she does try to push away, slide down to the ground. Just slide down to the ground. Don't go forwards, don't go backwards. Slide down to the ground. How'd that feel? Awesome. Yeah. Micah, come in. So, option B, if you're hunting this and you know it's what you want, right, is we're going to bring our knees in nice and high, swing our hand in now from this position. Okay, turn my head to get rid of it. Walk to north south. So 4 fingers under the armpit. So from here is, if I walk my right leg to turn my partner, I'll get a really good bite on it. Right now, so I can't beat him from here, so I step. So you have the arm bar as well. Would you like to see it one more time? Okay. So the concept is, I'm trying to get my forefingers to the back of the collar. I generally like it from here as they frame, send my head, forefingers comes under, get my grip. I don't try and choke now. Big step over, he has forefingers in. Thumb in, squeeze. If my partner tries to use his arm to push, armbar, the armbar straight on, straight away. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that.
Change partners. Setup on this is really easy. Side control, there you go. Come. Your frames and pushes, we're going to go slow. So, hey?
That was on. Push the arm. They have to have that.
Yep. Mouse. With the arm down, from here. So, use your choke. Hold the arm to put the arm out of the equation. Come over the top. Grab the arm, force them over. Choke. Yep, loop choke. All right, let's do it one more time.
Yes, please.
Just see what your other hand is, how it's holding.
Yep. Nice. So, rule number 1. On the outside, make it armpit height, otherwise you can't lasso the head. Here. Drive it down, step over, come here. Pick up, exactly the same, pick up the head, right under, so the arms exposed exactly the same as the paper cutter choke. Tension. So if I can't get the choke, I take some more. 1, 2, 3. How's that?
Brutal. It's good, it's brutal.